welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Somicron. Thank you for welcoming me to the podcast. I'm glad everything is working today, as it always does.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Mhm,
100%
every
success
single
rate on
time.
working. Yep.
Yeah. First try every time. No problems ever at all.
Speaking of working, I have some new emotes. I decided to have a little investigate on Twitch's animated emote slots. And it turns out they have an easy animate feature. So you just upload like a JPEG and they have a bunch of preset stuff. So we now have March for McCrag with some Space Marines just wandering across. Some ragey helmets.
Tell me you did your sister a battle.
I did mostly Ultramarines for the animated ones.
Oh,
I did
all
do
right, all right.
I did do Oh Boy, which is like this zoom in one for Sister of Battle. And then
That's
I
good.
added a rain effect to the trauma one.
Ooh, that's appropriate.
Yep.
Oh, that's glorious. You think it's AI doing this?
No, I think these are simple enough that you could just have a bot doing it. Like, you have an algorithm, so in the sense that AI is just a bunch of algorithms, yes, I guess. But
Where is that line, Somicron?
where is that line? That's an excellent question, Falcon. I don't know
I
where that
certainly
line
don't
is.
know.
No.
Yeah, no idea.
Nobody can say. We should ask ChatGPT where the line is.
Oh man, dude, I gotta tell you this about the ChatGPT. So my dad likes ChatGPT a lot. He uses it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my mom is super anti AI at this point. So I'm at dinner with them last week, and we're talking. I don't know who brought it up, but my mom's like, "Did you know how much water it uses when ChatGPT and other AI stuff is running, and how much electricity it is, and how much it harms the environment, and it's wrong just all the time?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I agree." My dad pulls out his phone and asks ChatGPT something, and I'm like, "Wow, let's read the room, Dad.
What
Let's
was he
let's
on?
maybe not try to piss off everyone else at the table, right?"
What was he asking? Like, is my family right about ChatGPT? Like,
I think it was. I think it was something about like how much water does ChatGPT use for searches on a daily basis or something, and we were like, "I roll to the moon."
okay. Wow.
So we'll see how that goes long term with my parents. Might
Mm-hmm.
be seeing, a 75-year-old divorce come down, but
I
oh boy,
I wouldn't bet on it.
no, me neither. They've been married for long enough at this point, and pretty much in it for the long haul. I'm not worried about that. But man,
Yeah.
like they usually try to have such a unified front about things, but that was just like, okay, this is where we are with this now. I see.
Uh, uh, wow.
Anyhow,
Wow.
AI.
Yeah. Wow. AI. It's great. It's here. Everybody loves it. What more can you say?
It's about it. I have actually started not allowing AI to be involved in discussions that I have.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like in the Mojo Jojo, if someone's like, "Here's support for my argument," and I'm like, "That's Gemini. Screw you. Find an actual source."
No, that's reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
No.
pretty hardline about it.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's going on. Anyhow, on an unrelated note, the reason we're starting this a little bit late today is because I went with my middle child, who's 15, turning 16, to a program that they put on at high schools here called Zero Fatalities. That is a Utah thing
Mm-hmm.
where their goal is zero traffic fatalities forever. And I'm like, all right, guys, look, that's never happening. But number two, like, I get it, right? You want to have a super, super high goal so people are working for it
Mm-hmm.
and really taking it seriously. And then you'll get closer to that
Mm-hmm.
than if you're like, our goal is 1,000 people die. And then people don't work as hard, because they're like, good enough.
We
We
came
only had
under
800 people
quota.
die this year. Yeah.
We came under quota. I can still speed on the roads.
Exactly. So I get why they're putting
Uh-huh.
it this way.
They should definitely, because I think my work does something similar, but it's about carbon emissions, and they call it net zero, right? Like, or
Mm.
target net zero, and it's not
Hmm.
about setting
Actually
up
getting zero.
zero. It's about working towards it. That's all.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't have a problem with it.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, like there's this thing, like wear your seatbelt, be an attentive driver, no alcohol, don't mess around with your friends, yada yada. Here are the laws.
Hmm.
So we walk out of there after an hour, and I'm like, "All right, kid, what'd you learn?" And he's like, "I already knew all that stuff." And I'm like, "Cool. I'm glad we came."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, all the people who don't do those things already know those things as well. So maybe it's not about
Yes.
the learning of new information, these things. It's about the reinforcement of, um, I don't know, social responsibility to follow them.
Yeah, I can see that. And they had a couple of videos that were like, "Here's someone who was in a car accident that killed their parents, and they're paralyzed now because somebody checked a text."
Right.
And it's like, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, deal.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of that, a little more emotional resonance, I
Hmm.
think, than just reading about the laws and what you can and what you can't do. Like actually showing the consequences of not doing certain things was good.
Yeah.
So yeah, 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 yeah. So that was okay. I was impressed. The dude that gave the presentation,
Mm.
just like no notes, no teleprompter, just got up and was like, bam, 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 hitting all his spots. Like everything was on time. We ended like on the hour. He was crushing it. I was like, dude, he's probably done it like 8,000 times. So I mean,
Yeah.
he knows it inside and out. But I was
Uh,
just like, I can't remember the last time I saw somebody give a speech like that for an hour and
mm.
really crush it without any aids at all. It's been a long time. So he was cool. I think
Oh,
his name was
nice.
Mason or something. Well done, Mason.
Yeah. If you do something regularly enough, you're gonna nail it, even if it's long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Yeah. 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 It was great.
Mm.
Yeah. So here in Utah, I
Hmm.
think this is a state to state thing. Like every state has different rules about under 16 drivers or people who don't have their license yet or anything. But even after you get your driver's license here, you're not allowed to drive in the car with friends for 6 months afterwards because they found that statistically you're like 23% more likely to get in an accident when you're 16 if your friends are also in the car. It's
Interesting.
like worse than anything else. Like text distractions, music distractions, anything, any other reason 16-year-olds are getting in accidents, it's like friends were in the car distracting them. That's why the accident happened. I was like, dang,
Hmm.
good to know.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
I remember there being a study, and I think it came from like a university in Utah. Like they were the ones doing it, where if you're on your phone, your driving is equal to that of a drunk driver if you're talking on the
Mhm.
phone, and that's not just like holding it. That's hands free and everything because you're just mentally diverted between two tasks, like being on the phone and driving. Um,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So sorry, you said on your phone. I thought you meant like
no,
on
no,
your phone, like
talking like on
scrolling
a phone
Insta,
call.
just on a phone call.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, that's different. Yeah. 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 All right. All right.
Yeah. So if someone's
Interesting.
taking a call and you're sitting in the passenger seat or the back seat or whatever, just imagine they were drinking, and
Yeah.
seeing how safe you feel.
Sure. Is that same for conversations with people in the car with you then?
That was a
I find that
caveat, which is
interesting.
people in the car are also situationally reacting to the driving environment. So if you're coming up to like an intersection and the person needs to be like waiting, checking for cars and making sure that they can get in through traffic or whatever, the conversation generally tends to naturally come to a pause, and the passengers realize this too. So it's not as bad at all. Like it doesn't affect it if there's people in the car talking.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Unless the people in the car are also like not even looking at the road, in which case you're just screwed. But if
Yeah.
they are, you're good.
Right. Well, if you're sitting in a chat with a chatty blind person, I guess you might as well just have a
Well,
crack a cold
no.
one.
Well, no, but some people like looking at the person they're talking to, right? I've seen people have conversations from the passenger seat where they're looking at the driver pretty much the whole time.
That's No. I mean, I believe you that it happens. I just couldn't imagine sitting there staring at the driver.
No,
A person
me
who I
neither.
know can't give me eye contact back. That would be.
Right. Exactly. But some people do it. Some people just have to be looking at the person they're addressing and there's blah, 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 blah they're
Uh,
on.
okay, well,
Even if they're not getting any eye contact back. Or they expect eye contact back, which is even worse.
right.
Because then the driver's like, they feel pressure to like look over and be like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Driving's crazy.
Yep. It's wild.
Self-driving cars it is. That I think that will reduce fatalities a ton as well.
It'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's more of a thing than I thought it was. I keep hearing stories about, especially in Los Angeles. They're like, my 14-year-old kid just ordered up a Waymo and like went to his friend's house.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what? Okay. Like you just sent your kid alone in a self-driving car.
Yeah.
Whew, I don't know if I'd be okay with that, but it's apparently totally a thing.
So I heard this perspective on a podcast, which is, from my perspective, all cars are self-driving cars because I don't have a driver's license, and I really believe that because every time I get into a car, something else is driving, someone or something.
Yeah.
At this point,
Super nice, convenient.
convenient for everyone, for me, but not necessarily for everyone who has to give me lifts all the time.
No.
I mean, this person, unlike me, doesn't have a motorcycle, but so I do drive myself around a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm not particularly. I would be as worried about a self-driving car's proficiency at driving as I would about any person.
Right. Right.
Right.
That's the idea.
Uh-huh.
Is that human drivers really suck at driving.
Yeah. Statistical average is that we suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are good drivers out there. Yeah.
I need to look this up. So he said there were 270 fatalities on Utah roads last year. And I was like, that's less than I expected.
Yeah. I mean,
So I want to see the graph. So according to the Utah Highway Safety Office, oh, this is only for the last year. Gosh darn it, give me a graph.
ask ChatGPT.
Nah. So I'm not as impressed anymore. It was like 248 in 2019
Okay.
and 276 and then 332 in 2021. What the hell happened in 2021?
Well, nobody drove in 2020 because of lockdown, and so they all forgot.
Everyone forgot how to drive. Yep,
Yeah.
fair. 332, 310, 285, 277, 264. So we're trending down since 2021.
Uh-huh.
We haven't reached pre-COVID numbers. Gosh darn it. Come on, guys, figure it out.
I wonder.
So yeah.
I wonder if that is actually a COVID thing, where it's like, oh, during COVID we had a bunch of kids who never drove on the road, suddenly all have their license and are now able to drive, but had no interaction, and like that's pushing numbers up or something, or if it is just people forgetting.
Yeah.
Because I mean, how did you get groceries during COVID? Because you get groceries delivered. Did you do any driving during COVID? Is my point more like?
I went to the Walmart, parked in the pickup area, and had people put stuff in my trunk.
Okay, so you still drove regularly. So I think the
Yeah.
people forgetting holds less weight, but maybe kids getting their license who had no experience would all suddenly hit the road all at the same time.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, in Utah, you do have to do 60 hours driving with a parent or a guardian before you can get your license.
Okay.
So
I think it's
I bet that was
120
still
yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
I bet people were just like, but the thing is, they were driving on empty roads, right?
Sure.
Some kid who's like, I'll be turning 16 soon. I got to get some driving hours in. Okay, mom and dad, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're driving around and there's no one out there. And then suddenly in 2021, the roads have 1 million people and they're like, oh, what do I do?
And mum's not in the car to tell you, yeah. Because you hit your 60
Yeah.
hours during lockdown, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have the experience of driving on more busy
I
roads.
think I've cracked it.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody's actually officially studied this because I imagine maybe we're right.
I might be right.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I complain to you about the tax situation? Have I complained about this one?
No,
I have an
haven't heard
update
about
for
that.
you.
I haven't heard about this.
Okay,
Hold on.
so
Before you do this, did you
yes.
watch the link I sent you a couple hours ago?
No.
Okay. So I'm just gonna bring it up now because it's got a robot in it, and we were talking about
Yeah.
AI. In Poland, they have a wild boar problem. Like in the
Hmm.
and like in cities, people are feeding boars, so they're sticking around. And somebody
Hmm.
was out there filming wild boars walking through the city, and a like Boston Dynamics looking robot is like chasing them.
Okay, we're herding wild boars with robots now.
Uh, yeah.
Welcome to the future, Omicron. What a good time it is here.
So I mean, that's wild. It didn't like look like the boars would be particularly scared of a single robot. Because
It's like a humanoid robot. I was expecting like a quadruped. It's
no, it's
bipedal.
like a person dude. Yeah, person
Dude,
bot.
holy
And at the
hell. I love the first comment. First they came for the boars.
yeah,
Mechs versus kaiju has to start somewhere.
where yeah,
Oh man. Yeah. We live in the future. Well done us. We made it.
yep.
Yeah. Anyway, taxes.
Taxes.
So weird thing. So I'm divorced. And in the
Since
divorce
when?
agreement, I know, right? Since 3 days ago. And in the divorce agreement, it says that I get to claim the boys every other year on my taxes as dependents, giving me a tax credit because America's like, have kids, we will give you money.
Uh-huh.
And then every other year, she claims the boys and I get the girl, right? So, been doing this, everything's fine. So this year I file my taxes
Uh-huh.
and it goes, "Meh, someone claimed these boys already on their taxes. Screw you." And I'm like, "Dear ex-wife, did you claim the wrong kids this year?" And she's like, "Nope." And I'm like, "Did someone else claim my kids this year?" So I'm like, wait, did you do anything with the kids on the taxes? And she's like, "Yeah. So every year I claim the kids I don't have as full dependents as what are called earned income non-dependents." And I'm like, "I didn't know that was a thing." She's like, "Yeah, I've been doing it every year. My tax attorney said to do it, and it helps with my taxes somehow." And I'm like,
Okay.
"Great." So I call the IRS. I'm like, "So here's what's going on." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense." So starting in 2025, for 2025 tax year, if that's happening, that specific thing is happening, you need a personal PIN attached to your children so that when you file your taxes, we know that they are yours. And I go,
What?
sounds like a hassle. So they've had this program for like 20 years, right?
Yeah.
They've had problems with people using other social security numbers and names to file taxes and get refunds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This happened to Critter, one of my subscribers. She's like, "This happened to me."
Oh,
You call the IRS and they're like, "Oh, okay, here's a PIN. Don't tell anyone this PIN. But if anyone tries to file taxes without this PIN, we'll reject it and we'll just take yours so this doesn't happen again."
okay.
Fine. It's a fine idea.
Yeah.
So they're like, "So this applies to you."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "All right." So they're like, "Go to this website, request a PIN, and then we'll call you and do some verification stuff, and then you'll have the PIN and you can refile." And I'm like, "Well, what? Fine, whatever." So I fill them out. 4 weeks go by, 5 weeks go by, nobody calls me. And I don't like to answer my phone, mind you, but there are no calls. I answer everything. I get spam callers. It sucks. I call them back. "Hey, IRS, what's going on? I'm waiting for this PIN." And the lady goes, "Oh, yeah. So we've been swamped with requests for PINs because we added a whole bunch of new reasons you need one in 2025. And the IRS is understaffed. So let me check." Type, 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 type. "You should get yours in about 550 days. And I go, "So my taxes are due in like 2 weeks." She goes, "Yeah, I know." And I'm like, and she goes, "Well, just here's what you need to do. File them by mail like a friggin' caveman.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll probably contact you to determine if they're actually your kids or not some other way." And I'm like,
What the hell?
I know.
550 days?
She didn't say, you know, almost 2 years.
No, it's not even almost 2 years. It's like a year and a half. I think it's rounding down even. Um,
Uh,
that's okay. Hold on. Does your ex get
yes.
the same pin?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know, man.
it's the same kids. Just borrow hers. Like she's got a
She
pin.
didn't have to have a pin. She already filed and it was fine because she
Uh,
beat me to the punch.
I thought you said she didn't file and like claim the kids.
No, but again, she filed and claimed them as EIC
Right.
non-dependents. I don't even know what that is.
I yeah. That
I know.
they
You
weren't
don't
dependents. That's the best I can give you. That's the end bit. I don't know what the EIC is.
not legal dependents. EIC means earned income credit. It's the fancy name for you had a kid, we're going to give you a tax credit.
Right.
There's a special version you can do where if you had the kids around, but you can't claim them as full dependents, you can claim them as like partial dependents or something.
Right.
I don't. This might have been nice for me to know at some point, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I print off my tax return. I go to the fucking post office like a caveman in the year 2026. I wait in line for 45 minutes because there's one person at the counter at 2 p.m. on a Monday.
Yep.
And send them off. And who knows what happens next?
Who knows? Yeah. Can I talk about the post office? Can I say something about the
You
post?
may.
Because you're making the point that it's incredibly understaffed, which is some people have been in America trying to defund the post office because, well, it might say things like people use mail-in votes to rig elections. Or
Sure,
they
that's the same thing, but those are different things that are going on at the same time and dealing with the mail. Yes,
right. And so people might say, well, the post office is massively in debt and like isn't financially solvent. And they point to a thing where the U.S. Postal Office and only the U.S. Postal Office is oh my god, my mate's calling me. Is required to pay their social security obligations like 70 years in advance.
Yeah.
And so they just can't afford it, right? Is the TLDR there, and so I imagine that's having
An effect on the post office staffing. Yes, certainly. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, the post office is a service.
It's not supposed to run a profit. No.
We don't look at like the fire department and say, "Hey, you're running a profit lately." What? I don't.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest argument I've ever heard. I don't understand it at all.
It's wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful. So I don't know, dude.
Also, I was under the impression that Americans could mail things from your own letterbox. Is that not a thing? That like you guys have letterboxes with like a little thing that you can flip up to be like, please take my mail away, Mr. Postman.
Yeah, I mean, in my case, so it's a shared big mailbox that's segmented into smaller mailboxes for everyone, and then there's one big outgoing slot you can put stuff into.
Yeah.
So ideally, yes, but I didn't want to screw it up. Like I've never done this before. Every time I've done taxes, it's been online because I'm not 800 years old. I'm old. I'm not that old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been filing taxes online since I think the first time I filed taxes was like 05, maybe 04. And by that point, we had online tax filings. Anyway. Yeah, I should tell my parents. They'll get a kick out of it. They're like, oh, now you know how we felt for decades and decades and decades. There's a great scene in The Simpsons where Homer's filing his taxes at the very last second.
Oh yeah,
he's like scribbling out
a football and throws it through the yeah. And I love that.
Such a good scene.
There's like a scene where Ned Flanders is like, "Oh my god, it's January 1st. Better do my taxes at like midnight." And he's like, "Well, do I claim the ink I use for writing? I do like the smell. Bet I can't claim that because it's for pleasure. It's not for business." Oh man, The Simpsons used to be great.
It used to be the best. It used to be the best. It
Hmm.
really did.
Yeah,
I'm mad my parents didn't let me watch it when it was on.
shameful.
It is shameful.
Hmm.
Mad at them for that.
Oh man, speaking of mad at things, you know how last week I was
Mm.
talking about my forced migration to Google Messages?
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of pin contacts, all the people that I text the most. So there's like my brother, his partner, my sister, my housemate who just tried calling me because he wants to come over,
Mm.
my mum and my dad, you and Aki. Those are all the people whose phone numbers I have, and I don't think I've texted you in like 3 years because we have Discord and everything else, right? Like
Because
it's
Discord exists. Right.
right. It's just you're a real person. Like I want all the real people to be above my work contacts, and I want that also above like Domino's
Who
being
are
like
not
your
real people.
well, they're real people, but they're not real friends,
Right.
right? And
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't need the like oh here's your two-factor authentication code text messages at the top. I don't want to like see those immediately. And I was looking, and my dad as a pin contact wasn't up there. And so I go, okay, I can go and find it. I can find the contact and just repin it. But what I'm gonna do instead is I text my brother. Can you get my dad to text me so I can know which like because I have him and I have his work number and stuff, right? It'll just be easier because when I went and looked at the text conversations associated with those numbers, I've lost 3 years of conversation with my dad. All right, in my text messages. Because he texted,
Right.
I looked at it and I said, "Oh, that's from 3 years ago. That must be his old number." And then that's where his text came through to, and so
What?
I've, yeah, I've just lost 3 years of conversation.
Like somehow it ported the wrong number over?
No, it's the same. It's the right number. It's just missing a bunch of conversation
The
because
last 3 years.
when I
Yeah.
changed the number, I changed it in my contact, so it would have been a continuous stream. And it might have been when I changed the number. I don't know. Um, yeah.
Technology, man.
And so,
Yeah. No idea.
and so one day in hopefully the very far future, my dad's not going to be here, and I'm going to be like, well, I want to remember chatting to my dad, and I'm not going to have 3 years of that. And I've been pretty bummed about that for the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a way to like print off your conversations or back them up somewhere?
Uh, Probably. I'd have to look into that.
There's probably apps for it.
Probably. Well, I heard that they're doing a Black Mirror thing, and they're like, hey, you can upload a dead person's conversation logs into a robot and have an AI talk to you and pretend they're
Holy
them.
hell. I
Which
know
is,
Facebook's doing that.
yeah, which is literally an episode of Black Mirror. I'm going to throw that out there.
It is. And that's why Black Mirror used to be so good because it was like, holy shit, I can see this happening and it's bad. And then we live in the future and that stuff's happening. Good job, Black Mirror. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Black Mirror sucks now. They stopped doing that. Maybe they ran out of ideas. They probably ran out of ideas.
Probably.
Fair enough. They had a good run.
Yeah. Truth is always stranger
Yeah.
than fiction. They can't compete.
Yeah, I just like I just can't imagine being like, boy, a loved one died. I sure want to talk to an AI who's pretending to be my loved one.
Yeah.
I won't do it, but man, I can see other people totally wanting to do that and like totally getting attached and like developing emotional connections to a fucking AI. They're doing this with AI that aren't even their loved ones, just like random AI characters.
Mm-hmm.
We're all gonna die. Civilization's gonna collapse. It's over.
Distinctly possible.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a character AI subreddit that makes its way to the front page sometimes. So I'm like, what's going on in there? They are crazy people, Omicron.
yeah.
They are all very nuts.
Oh,
They're developing like serious relationships and attachments to these character AIs that they develop and give them the characteristics they want them to have.
mm-hmm.
It is all messed up. And when it's down, it's just flooded with posts that are like, the servers are down. What am I going to do? And I'm like, okay. Maybe talk to a human. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a question about Project Hail Mary.
Go ahead.
Do you think? Because I know that after spoilers for Project Hail Mary, that they have these aliens that are living on is it Venus, and they go into back and forth to the sun and breeding and making more, and it's eating the sun's rays.
Astrophage.
The astrophage,
Yeah.
yeah. If they know that there's a specific planet in which astrophage has to go to breed, couldn't you just chuck all the nukes at it and crack it open and they'll leave because the planet will be dead or missing?
Do you know how far away Venus is?
Yeah, do you know how far away Tau Ceti is?
That's fair. I'm just saying, okay. So you stock a spaceship with nukes, send it at Venus, wait a few months, and have them nuke the hell out of Venus.
Yeah, try to crack it open, dislodge it. I don't know, destroy it entirely. If the astrophage probably doesn't care about radiation, you just write that as a change. But I feel like they move to just send 3 people at a place where it seems different and hope they can work something out.
And statistically, all 3 of them are going to die is the plan.
Yeah. Feels like a worse plan than nuking the only place they can live in our solar system, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Sure. Not a bad idea.
I had this thought after seeing an interview with Andy Weir where he said his books are a product of science as we understand it at the moment. And his example was when writing The Martian, he didn't know how much, we didn't know how much of Mars's ground soil had water in it, just frozen water. Turns out it's everywhere. And so Matt Damon wouldn't have had to do any of the things that he did to make water to grow his plants. He could have just shoveled it out of the snow, out of the dirt, and heated it up and turned it to water.
Right. Just melt it right down.
Yeah. And his Project Hail Mary version of that, which is the exoplanet in Tau Ceti that Rocky's from, Iridia, Eri. Yeah. Turns out might not be a real planet. When he wrote it, we thought that might be a planet. Turns out it might be a reflection from other stars hitting something that isn't really a planet. It's nothing there.
Right.
Yeah, but things change with science and
all the time. Yeah.
Still good books, apparently. Still good movies. Just the thought I had.
Yeah, entirely fair. And yeah, I mean, the science is good, but I think it's less about the science and more about character and story and plot and all that stuff.
Well, the movies definitely are. The books are apparently very much about, I did the math, let me show you.
Right, but I'm saying even the book was all science and all math and terrible plot and stupid characters that no one cared about, it doesn't sell, right?
Maybe, yeah. There's a lot of people who have
There's a certain segment of people who love the science and the math and they would buy the book, but I don't think there are that many people.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah. So the Artemis 2 made it back to Earth. Well done, Artemis.
It did. I was watching it on my phone. Just for a little bit.
Apparently they sent a French Canadian up there. Whose idea was that? I don't know.
Why does that matter?
Just French Canadians. Can't trust them. Sneaky people.
You
That's
can't
all.
trust French Canadians?
No.
You can't trust... Fish is the first response.
Fish?
French Canadians. Found an r/Ask France thread about general opinion on French people of the French.
There you
go. Okay. There is
it's just a
Quora post here. It was why are French Canadians so much less likable than other Canadians?
There you go. Anyhow, no big deal.
So why are you so racist against the French Canadians?
They hate everyone else first. It's fine if you hate someone who hates everybody else.
Okay, sure.
Yep, it's true. Anyhow, they went to the moon. They orbited it. They took some pictures. They came home. Good job by them.
Yeah.
Proof of concept has been established. And then Artemis 3 is supposed to land on the moon in 27, I think.
Neat.
Yeah.
I hear they're also building they're going to build a moon base.
Cool. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lunar base. Yeah.
Ah, now I want to go to the moon base. I'm never going to the moon base.
No.
No.
Let's see. Flyby. Afterwards, NASA intends yearly landings to develop a permanent base on the moon as a stepping stone to deeper human space missions.
Awesome. That sounds cool.
It sure does.
All the moon conspiracy theorists are in shambles right now.
When were they in anything other than shambles?
Well, before we went to the moon, I think they were fine.
We never landed on the moon, said man in 1943.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone was like, yeah, we know. Why do you keep saying that?
That's good.
So yeah, hooray science. We're doing sciencey things.
Science. Woo.
Saw a picture somebody posted of a guy at a marathon, a woman at a marathon with a sign that had a picture of Rocky and it said words of encouragement. And then you flip it over and it said words of great encouragement.
Oh, I like that. That's fun.
Can't just say words of encouragement. Man, I like that movie. It's good.
Yeah. Good movie.
What else is going on?
Have you seen the movie Akira?
Yeah, I have, because kind of required viewing if you're like anime at all, from what I understand.
Right. Well, it's playing at the IMAX at my local theater in about a month. Yeah, so I'm going to go and rewatch it.
Yeah, it is weird.
Oh yeah, it's
holy crap, it's weird.
It's
like, here's what I knew about Akira before watching it: the Akira slide, and I was like, huh. What else is in this movie, I wonder? And nothing else that I expected was in that movie.
What's even better is apparently they cut like half the characters from the manga, right? And so I just like, how much weirder could it be? Or would it make sense? Like, it makes sense already. Like, it's not terribly hard to follow, right?
No, it's not nonsensical. It's just weird.
Super weird. Would it be less weird if it had more characters, you know?
I don't know. Maybe. Depends on what the characters were weird or not.
Yeah. So I'm going with my brother, and I'm trying really hard to get his partner to come and do an interview. Like, and I'll put it on Patreon if I can, if she'll allow it. Being like, so what was that movie about?
Is she an anime person at all?
Not really. She won't watch anything subtitled. And
sure.
this will be subtitled.
What has she watched?
I think she's seen like Last Airbender and bits of Pokemon. And
that's not anime.
It's pretty
Pokemon
anime.
is barely anime.
No, it's definitely anime.
I know. Barely, I said.
But Last Airbender is the stepping stone to getting people into it. I think she's seen, again, not anime, but Arcane.
I like how you're listing all the like very not Japanese stuff that's very heavily inspired by anime, but not anime.
Right. Which is why I wanted to go see this very weird anime thing and then do an interview where she explains what happened. That's the pitch, Falcon.
Yep. No, I get it. I want to see it. I want to see what she says, because she's just going to be like, what did you make me watch? Why?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's just a certain amount of like Japanese true anime that gets weird a lot of the time. And you just have to be like, yep, this is what it is. Yeah. And once you've done it enough, you're just used to it. But at first you're like, what? Why? Like, there's no real why. It's just, this is how we do it, man. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like Trigun. Trigun's like, hey, there's this bounty hunter living in the Wild West, and people are trying to kill him, but they can't, and he's really skilled. Okay. Interesting kind of regular storytelling stuff that's going on. Oh, no, actually, there are these literal plants that provide energy to the people on this planet. It gets weirder from there. And it's like, oh, right. Yes, of course. This is an anime after all. They had to get weird with it somehow in ways that are incomprehensible. Right.
Yeah. There's an anime called Knights of Sidonia, I think.
Ooh, yeah. I've
And
heard of that one.
in it, the people photosynthesize because they just do.
Right. I do, like, which is not to say you don't have animes. You have animes that are very by the book, normal, nothing weird at all.
Mm-hmm.
Especially slice of life animes can be very much by the book. Nothing crazy happens at all.
Mm-hmm.
But man, more often than not, they're just like, I'm bored. If this is a normal story, we got to insert some crazy in here.
Yeah, we gotta put something wild just as a hook, even if it never comes up again.
Yeah.
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 I just wonder. Now I'm like, okay, how does that compare to American created media? And I think way more often in anime it happens. American media plays it by the book so much more often. You get some weird stuff. You get some stuff like pluribus, which is a weird idea.
Mm-hmm. Severance.
Severance is a weird idea, certainly.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of the big stuff's like Mad Men. It's a bunch of ad execs in the 60s. Breaking Bad. High school chemistry teacher becomes a drug dealer.
Right.
Nothing fantastical, nothing out there, nothing
But-
too weird about it. It's all very grounded stuff.
Right, except I think the biggest franchise and stuff that we have is like the Avengers and whatnot, where it's like, oh, but this guy can shoot laser beams because he can, right?
Yeah.
Or Star Wars, where it's like everything, these are guns, they shoot lasers, but they're guns. Oh, but these guys, they have laser swords, they can move things with their hands and their minds,
Right. That's a good point.
Or, this
But
is just a slice of life, but these are the Kardashians. Everything's got a weird thing about it.
Yeah, it's a good point too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of feel like the stuff that's established as superhero storytelling or science fiction, Star Wars storytelling, yes. Initially, weird, right? You go see Star Wars in 77 and you're like, wow, this has some weird stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
But by now, established storytelling tropes by this point.
You saying the Western media feels more genreized and everything just kind of fits into neat boxes, whereas anime is like, well, it's a whole bunch of stuff, and sometimes they're just going to throw something in. And
I mean, they have their boxes in anime. Let's not get that wrong.
Yeah, of
100%
course.
there are
Yeah.
the boxes.
Right.
But more often, I think authors are just like, we're going out of left field on this one. No one's really ever explored this before,
right.
Yeah. Which is interesting because, like, you think about Japanese society as being more regimented and more, like, strict, and you do what you're expected to do more than Americans are. And maybe that's it. Maybe they don't have the outlet in their normal lives, and they put it down on the page
I mean,
in their creative endeavors more often.
maybe I'm gonna say a hot take. So I mean, if you're gonna clip something from this podcast, it'll be this, which is a lot of Japanese light novels and manga are not very creative. They feel a lot like each other, and it is partly like isekais feel like isekais, but a lot of stuff within them feels like, we're just following the trend. I'm gonna write this lady dies and gets reincarnated into a favorite like dating sim game. I saw one of those in like 2019, and there were like 4 out each year since,
Right.
and they all have basically the same plot, and like it's true. Like I maybe it's not that they're less creative, it's that they're just more trope dependent, where it's like, oh, she's gonna get a dressing down at a public gala where her fiance the prince is going to dramatically throw off their engagement in favor of another woman who has been lying to him about how mean this woman has been treating her, right? How the main character. It's the same plot beats in everything, right? I've seen that 1,000 times. And
yeah.
So every now and then you get it's an isekai, but the guy gets reincarnated as a vending machine. That feels creative and new and kind of weird, but he goes through a lot of the same tropes.
It's still an isekai. It's still following the same path.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I get that.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I guess we'd have to actually look at the data here,
We need
which would
spreadsheets for
be
this.
impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way we can figure this out.
Hmm. For sure.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I just keep thinking back to all the movies I've seen come out, and even the movies that are like, "Ooh, it's not based on an existing IP. Look at this." It's
Mm.
still just kind of like a husband hires a nanny and then has an affair with her, and the wife finds out and kills him. And it's like, yeah, okay, like that's
What a,
sure. You know
what
what I mean?
what about barbarians?
Ooh, barbarian.
Where it's
Yep,
like,
I think that's taking some chances and doing some weird stuff for sure.
sure, yeah. Oh, I'm getting
And
a
then
cute little
weapons as well.
weapons as well. Yep. I think there's
You know they're
weird
giving
stuff
him
out
a
there.
Resident Evil movie.
Really?
Yeah, Zach Kreger, I think his name, who did both Barbarian and Weapons, is I think they gave him the next Resident Evil film.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right?
I'm down. Yeah. He
Yeah.
wrote and directed it.
Yeah. When's it coming out?
This year. It's in post production at the moment. It says this year.
It's coming out this year. Holy hell. I thought it was way further out than that. Okay. Learned something new today.
Um, I'm wondering who's going to be in it. you know.
I imagine they have a cast list if
Well,
they're releasing it this year.
yes, they have. Like, okay, I can tell you, Austin Abrams is in it.
Yeah.
But
There you go.
who's he playing? It doesn't
Oh,
say that.
IMDb should have that. What's the name of the movie?
Resident Evil.
Oh my hell. You guys, we have to try harder than this. It's so hard to differentiate.
Resident Evil 2026.
It's just called Resident Evil. You're
Yes.
right. What the? These guys suck so much.
Top cast: Paul Walter Hauser as no listing. Austin
Yeah,
Abrams.
look at that. No listings at all.
Yeah.
Callie Rice, John O. Wilson, and Zach Cherry. Oh, that's the guy from the Severance. Is that Zach Cherry? It is.
Yeah. Yep. Dylan George.
Yeah, check him out.
Yep.
They interesting. They're not listing roles at all.
Nope.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We'll see how this is. Resident Evil, man.
Do you like the other Resident Evil movies?
I haven't seen them
Oh.
because remember how I do this? Remember how if there are people who love a thing and they're like, you should watch this. I love this thing. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. But everybody who's ever watched a Resident Evil movie is like, it's got some good fun parts in it. Kind of sucks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you should definitely, I think, give the first one a go. I think the first one is like a solid movie. It's Paul W.S. Anderson. You know,
Uh-huh.
I remember liking the first one a lot, and then I remember also liking all the sequels because they're just crazy. Like, they're just absolutely nonsensical.
Dude, Resident Evil is very much like, how can we go further off the wall than the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched a Dardigan playthrough criticism of the latest of Requiem, I think, the latest game.
Yeah.
It's got cloning. It's got 4 different types of viruses and cures for some of them, but not all of them. And sometimes they make you strong, and sometimes they just kill you real slow. And characters still have viruses they picked up 4 games ago. And I'm like, what is going on in the Resident Evil universe right now? It's bonkers. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, how would you characterize and what box does Resident Evil go into? Is it like zombie survival horror? Is it that easy?
That's
No, right?
Definitely horror. Because here's the thing.
Definitely.
I've played exactly one Resident Evil game, and it's my favorite Resident Evil game to play because it's the worst Resident Evil game to play, which is number 5, I think.
Interesting.
And I liked it because it had co-op and because it was an action adventure game, right? Like it's not a
Right.
horror game
Right.
at all. It's co-op, so
Right.
nothing scary. And I just have fond memories of meeting a Canadian called Broomy, and we played it a bunch. And then one day
They just had like,
he was offline on Xbox, and I, never forget, buddy.
and he never came back.
He just never came back.
They just had like open Resident Evil co-op campaign lobbies.
Yeah, you could matchmake. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's kind of awesome.
Well, okay,
I didn't know
actually,
they did that.
I may be misremembering.
Okay.
It might be. Um, we played Dead Space 3 and then went to Resident Evil as like another co-op game to play.
Dead Space 3 has open lobbies for campaign co-op?
One of those games had matchmaking. Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of cool. Like I know that's been a thing, right? For multiplayer,
Yeah.
for death matches and all that for years and years and years and years, but I'd never heard of a game that's like, "Hey, you want to try the co-op version of the campaign? You don't have any real friends? Here you go. Jump in this room and we'll match someone else up with you and you can play it together." That's amazing. I love that idea.
Hold on. Are you saying it's strange for these games in particular to do that, or it's strange for games in general to be like, "Hey, do you want to play co-op campaign with a random person?" That's weird.
Yeah, that one. That's weird.
No, lots of games do that.
Who?
I don't know the ones
Does
I've played.
Halo do that?
Infinite might, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Five
Good job,
might
Infinite.
because it's like a permanent 4-player co-op game. I think Gears of War might have done that.
That's cool.
Yeah. I feel like
It
it's
sounds like Gears.
pretty normal. God, I'm still so mad. Gears 2, 3 are not available on PC. It's so frustrating. Those are the best games in the franchise, and they
Not available on PC.
no, and they put out a remake of a remake onto Steam, and it's like, okay, we played that. Do you want to play the next one? Gears of War 4. You want to skip 3 games because numbering is hard. We can go play Gears of War 4. It's only set 20 years later.
I mean, Gears isn't about the story, right?
How dare you? It's so much about the story. And
Look, man, we just played a bunch of Gears, and I'm like, there's a mansion, and one of the characters is like the son of someone else, and there's a fight on a train.
Yep, you're nailing it.
Okay, great.
So again, I think the story really picks up in Gears 2, right? That's where it hits you the hardest. It fleshes out a ton of stuff, but there's hints and stuff that's dropped in Gears 1 that do get paid off later.
Okay, good.
Even if Gears 1 is definitely like early 2000s gaming where the story's written in a day,
Yeah,
revised
like,
in
hey,
2,
They're like, we're shipping in 3 days.
Right.
We should probably have a story somewhere. Like, oh, right, we should have a story somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
There's definitely an era where stories and games were not having to be written very thoroughly. Like, you don't need a lot of character stuff. And, like, this is when games definitely had characters and stories and were trying-ish to do narratives. It's not just like, hey, you're Doom guy, go kill demons in Doom 1, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So many games in the 90s were like, kill stuff. Here's a lot of weapons.
Yeah.
Look at our varied enemy type.
Right.
Yeah. The good old days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyhow.
Did you watch the homework I gave you?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
No, because the daughter was like, let's watch the finales of Freerin and Sentenced to be a Hero. I've been saving them. And I'm like, all right.
Fair enough.
And she's like, how come these are watched? And I'm like, well, here's the thing, daughter. There's this podcast I do.
You need to set up your own private profile on Crunchyroll, and you can watch them separately there, so she gets to feel like you're watching them for the first time with her.
I don't really want to lie to my daughter, but, you know.
Did you tell her Santa Claus was real at one point?
She said her older brother told her when she was 5. So...
So, but when
No,
she was
I
4,
didn't.
you... Okay. Okay. Mr. No lies
Yeah.
to the daughter. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Anyhow, no.
Okay. Well, I've been watching more of the stuff that's airing this season, and there's another one that I would like to watch, but
Okay.
I'm not sure how much it's just giving me vibes of another show, and I really like that other show, or I remember liking it. Have you seen... Oh, do you have a Netflix subscription active at the moment?
I do.
Blue Period is what it's called.
Is it on your Netflix or my Netflix or both?
Probably both, because I believe it's a Netflix show.
Okay. Although, who ever knows anymore, honestly?
Because it's a show.
We've played this game way too much.
It's a show about art.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Blue Period. Rated TV PG.
I remember really enjoying this. I'm tempted to resubscribe to Netflix just to watch it because this other show called Aaron the Southpaw is airing, and its first episode is very much about art. It has like
Aaron the
these
Southpaw.
Aaron the Southpaw, E-R-E-N, like Aaron Yeager.
Aaron.
Aaron, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, Aaron the Southpaw. It starts with like the main character is like mid-20s getting the shit punched out of him by like a really buff dude who's like, I worked for everything, the respect, the money, the women, I built it all, what did you do? And I'm like, wow, that's intense. And then it cuts back to him being like, it all started back in high school when he was in the art class and a woman had an impact on him, and all I remember is that she was a southpaw, right? Because she paints with her left hand.
What an impact. Wow.
Yeah. And so the first episode is just him in high school being like, I don't know, his parents want him to drop art, but he thinks he can, like, make something of himself as, like, a designer, except this other high school girl that he doesn't really know is a really good artist, but hates other people's arts because they're just, like, terrible at it. And he's like, I'm gonna be something. I'm a great artist. We're gonna do a mural. And it's, like, this rainbow that bends, and there's, like, stars, and she's like, oh, wow. It's just shit. It's just shit. And, like, she doesn't even bother defacing it because it's so bad.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, watch Blue Period. If you do, I will resubscribe and give it a rewatch so we can talk about it. But yeah, otherwise pick up Aaron the Southpaw if you're not going to watch Blue Period.
Sounds good.
And
Deal.
we'll give it a try.
All right. Reasonable.
Cool.
Cool.
Warhammer.
Yeah, I do want to say real quick.
Okay.
I decided to reinstall Star Citizen just to see how things are going because I paid $45 for it back in 2017.
Yeah.
Might as well give it a try.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I installed it yesterday and played it, and I'm like, my SSD where this is installed is sitting at 100% utilization all the time. What the hell is this game doing? Reddit. Oh, it's because your page file is on that drive. Move your page file to a different drive, preferably an SSD, and it'll fix the problem. Thumbs up fixes the problem. Why is this an issue with Star Citizen? I don't know. So I do a tutorial, and they're like, all right, we're going to teach you how to haul cargo. And I'm like, this tutorial wasn't here when I installed this 3 years ago. How interesting. So I go, I get a ship, I fly, I follow some checkpoints, I hyperspace jump to a space station. It's cool. Everything's neat. And then it's like, okay, dock at the space station. And I'm like, how? And the game's like, not going to tell you. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I fly around the space station trying to land on it, crashing about 7 times. And every time you crash, it flips you all the way back to your quarters where it starts the tutorial. You have to run through this whole thing, request another ship, fly through the checkpoints, hyperspace to the space station again, and then try again. It's glorious.
Wow.
Uh, so I find landing pads. There are these green lit up places. I watch somebody else land on it
Mm-hmm.
and do some stuff and then fly away. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I very carefully fly over there, try not to crash. And as I approach it, it goes, alert, alert, you're in restricted airspace. We're going to shoot you down if you don't get out of there. And I'm like, ah! So I fly out of there. So I figure out I have this comm system on my ship. And I go, oh, I have to request clearance to probably dock at the space station. So I hail the space station.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing comes back.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing comes back. I'm like, well, maybe you just have to request it, and that's good enough. Like, they don't actually tell you where to go exactly, but it's like, okay, now you have asked for permission. That's good enough. You can go. So I go back to the landing pad. Man, alert, alert. We're going to blow you out of the sky. Get the hell out of here, you pirate. And I'm like, ah! So
Okay.
I go back to Reddit. Does this work? No, it hasn't worked for like 2 years. It's been around forever. And these people are like, yeah, no, this is a huge problem for a lot of people. You just can't dock at the space station. That's part of the tutorial they built for the game.
Wow.
And then I said, uninstall, thank you, Star Citizen, goodbye.
Fair.
What an adventure it was.
So earlier this week I was bored and I was like, man, I really want to play something. I don't know what. Nothing's really holding my attention. I'm going to download this free-to-play game called Arknight's Enfield, which is apparently like super anime, and it's like an action RPG, right? Or like a hack and slash or something, right? So it's free to play on the Epic Store because it's not on Steam. So I re-download the Epic Store, sign in,
Right.
collect whatever free games are available.
You've never heard of, I'm sure.
Yep. And find this game, download it. It's like a 300 megabyte download, so it's instant. I'm like, oh, okay, it's giving me its own launcher. Sure enough, another 85 gig download when you're in the launcher. And so I... So stupid. I hate it. And I hate it even more when I did it with... The first time I played Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO, because I didn't have super crash hot internet at the time. I didn't know if I was going to like the game or not, and I was like, that's fine, I can use Steam's refund policy. And it's like, oh no, you were playing the game for 4 hours while you were in the launcher? That counts as playtime. Now, I talked to the Steam support, I sent them a message, and they were like, yeah, no, that's totally fair, and gave me a refund.
Yeah, of course they did. Steam supports the best.
And then a few years later, I gave it another go when I had better internet, and I really liked it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, anyway, I get into this game, and it's like, hey, use DirectX 11 if you have issues with the game. I'm like, that's weird. Why would it tell me that? And I get into it, and I'm going through the tutorial, and the cutscenes look fine. The game has some character design work that are moderately interesting to look at. And then it gets to like, oh, now we're rendering an engine. And the frame rate is awful, right?
Right.
And so I go to the settings, but I finally get control. And I'm like, okay, it's set to 60. I can set it to 120, right? It's warning me. It said impact on my card is medium. And
that sounds okay.
It's not doing it. Oh, and Epic Games doesn't have a built-in frame rate counter like Steam does, so I don't know what it actually is. All I know is it's sub 30, because I can tell. And so I go, okay, let's
see the frames.
Let's just turn everything off or down to low. And it's still chugging, right? It's still... I cannot attack the enemies in this tutorial like this. I can't play like this. I'm like, okay, let's try making it windowed, not 2560 by 1440. No, let's just go 1080. Let's play the little window on my monitor. Still awful. Still just unplayable. So I go, okay, let's close. Maybe I need to apply and then restart the game for some of these settings to apply. And so I load, and nope, still chugging away. And then I go, close again. Let's launch it this time. And I go, hey, let's look at the other options. Okay, it defaults to Vulkan or change to DirectX if your game has performance. And I changed to that, and it's perfect. Like, it's
Yeah.
buttery smooth. I turned everything up to max 120 frame rate. It's smooth. It's crisp. Why they default you to the other one when you can't run it on anything, I have no idea.
Me neither.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest thing. Yeah, everything's DirectX. Like, what are they even trying to do? I don't even know what Vulkan is. Who makes Vulkan?
The Emperor.
Ah,
I've seen Vulkan work with other games.
okay.
Yeah.
So Vulkan is newer and
Yeah.
offers better support for multi-threaded CPU performance.
Yes.
So there are reasons to do it,
Yeah.
but it just doesn't work for you at all in this game.
Not on this game. No.
Yeah.
It's weird. And then the game was kind of wordy, so I stopped playing.
Yeah.
It was like, just let me play, and I'm skipping cutscenes, and it's like, I don't understand what's happening. I just want to run around and smash things with my sword and collect gear or whatever. And It's like, no, you need to walk through this space station for 45 minutes, learning about these characters and how they're going to do science and upgrades for you. And I'm like, this isn't a game for me.
No.
Oh,
Once you have to open a spreadsheet, it's not really the game for most people.
some people. Yeah.
Eve Online, I'm looking at you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the thing I did.
Good. I'm glad we both had bad gaming experiences recently.
Warhammer?
Warhammer.
'Cause
That's what we read, Stomachron.
Oh, before we even get to that, let's talk about games.
Okay.
Warhammer today released, I think, 6 new games. I use
Holy
the word
what?
new loosely. They released Warhammer Classic games, PC games that they had released before, but that weren't on Steam. So let's have a look at the list. New to Steam: Warhammer Dark Omen, Rites of War, Mark of Chaos, Fire Warrior, which was like a PlayStation 2 Tau game. Like, you got to play
Yeah.
as a Tau.
On PlayStation 2?
As a first-person
Alright.
shooter, you get to go around shooting Space Marines as a Tau and killing them.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Epic 40,000 Final Liberation, Warhammer Shadow of the Honed Rat, and Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate, which Chaos Gate kind of got like a pseudo remake a couple years ago. I've played that game. It's a lot of fun as like a squad tactics game, like a little XCOM game. And so seeing it in glorious, I don't know, 1990s graphics. It's, yeah, a lot of classic games all out there. They're all like $12 Australian at the moment. I'm considering
Reasonable.
picking up Fire Warrior. It has
Yeah.
LAN PvP.
Dude, PS2 LAN is ambitious. That's insane.
Yeah.
So a PS2 port to PC from a PlayStation 2 game, that's going to run beautifully. I
Oh, yeah.
see no problems.
It'll be smooth. It's got positive reviews. Of the 35 users who have reviewed it, 82% are positive. The other 18% are just mad that you're a Tau.
Amazing. There are so many more things in Warhammer than I ever knew existed. Good grief.
Yeah, and if you want, they all come in a bundle that you can get some of the other classic games that they already have out, like Chainsaw Warrior or Space Hulk or Man of War Corsair Naval Battles, Dark Future. You know, tons of Warhammer classic games. $232 Australian, because there's like 24 games. Yeah,
So many.
so many mid experiences that you can have.
I mean, so we can't get a friggin' Tau perspective book to save our lives, but they had a first-person Tau shooter release on the PlayStation back in 2001.
Presumably,
That's amazing.
Presumably, in like cooperation with the addition of Tau to the game.
Yeah.
to like the tabletop game. Like,
Yeah.
hey, there's this new faction. It's called Tau. They get a PlayStation game.
Write us a book, you cowards. I'm
When did-
still mad about that one that pretended it was a Tau book and it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean that was a good book.
It was good, but it wasn't a Tau book.
No.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
Tau were released in 2001. This is saying, and when did
There you go.
Fire Warrior the game? Fire Warrior Tau 40k game came out in 2003. So yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, that's it. That's about right.
Yeah. Anyway, what did we read this time, Falcon?
We read The Lost by Dan Abnett.
That is the anthology. That is the omnibus, excuse me.
Dang it.
Yeah, we read
a book within the anthology
called Traitor General.
Oh, right. Traitor General.
How could you forget, Faguth?
Right?
Right. How do you feel about the title? Because you've historically been very publicly against the way Dan Abnett names his books.
The concept of a Traitor General doesn't seem very common. So I put it at like way better than many other titles of books I've read, but not as good as some. How about that? Like
Okay.
a B, like a
Okay,
B
it's,
rank.
It's a B. We should do a tier
Yeah.
list video. That will be fun. You
Book titles?
Of book titles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should do that. That would be fun.
We'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hilarious thing about this book. We were talking about it last week. You know, like the book in this omnibus involves a Traitor General.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's Lugos, and I just spoiled it for you. And I'm like, oh no. Oh well, I'm gonna read it anyway. And the whole time I'm like, by golly, it's Lugos. The whole conceit of the book is that he doesn't remember who he is. He turns traitor, and there's some admech psyker tech that locks his own memories away from him if he turns traitor, which is like, that's some good tech. That's amazing work. Whoever did that.
Uh-huh.
So you don't know who he is. So I'm like, it's Lugos. It's got to be Lugos. He hates Gaunt so much, and he doesn't even really know who he is. And then at the end of the book, it's like, not Lugos. And I'm like, what?
So this is where you not listening to me has really paid off in favor. Because if you go back and watch last week's episode, I said, it's not Lugo.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
But because he doesn't have his memory, you kind of go, oh, is it the Lord General from the last book?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally
we
makes
talked
sense.
about how he like cowardly abdicated his duty and like sucks at his job, and I'm like, I can see him turning to chaos. Why not?
Yeah.
Nope. Definitely not.
Turn-
Well, at least not today.
Not today. Not today.
Yeah.
Turns out it's Notch's Sturm from Vervenheim, from book 3 that we read. That's...
Yeah. What a callback, Dan. Holy smokes, Dan.
Hell yeah, Dan.
He's like, that character was so hateable, but man, people love to hate him. Let's bring him back and make him worse.
Let's make him actively a traitor. Yeah.
Yeah. Although, can we just spoil the end of the book real quick?
Yeah, man.
Dude turns traitor. His memories get wiped. While his memories are wiped, he's like, yeah, you know what? Good decision to turn traitor. I like this. I'll say as many oaths as I want to. Let's do this thing. Let's take the Imperium down. As soon as he gets his memories back, he's like, nope, I suck. I'm going to end myself. Bye. What? That doesn't make any sense at all.
I think it does. I think it makes a lot of
Okay.
sense. Because he remembers who he is, but the brain will do a very weird thing where it will fill in the blanks and, like, explain things to itself, right?
Yeah.
And so he does that when he's like, oh, that Gaunt guy made some charges stick, but they were erroneous. Like, I couldn't have possibly actually been a coward. And then it's not until there's an actual firefight in the place where he's staying, where people are dying in front of him again, and Gaunt's there with his now 2 bolt pistols, which Gaunt didn't need to look any cooler as a tabletop model, but now he's got 2 bolt pistols, and as far as I'm aware, he's the only character to ever do that, and it's awesome. But
And he has a fucking power sword that's like ancient and blessed. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Gaunt.
Right. And Notches finally reveals, like, he remembers, oh, no, I really am a coward. I can't do this. And he this time has learnt from his mistake of, like, trying to double-cross Gaunt and shoot him in with his own bolt pistol. And Gaunt's learnt and is going to keep the other pistol trained on him. And he takes what little honor way out he has left. Yeah.
It's the entire reason he has two bolt
Bolt
pistols is
pistols.
for this situation.
It is, yeah.
Oh, man. Anyhow, good book. I enjoyed it. I do want to say, again, from just an overall perspective, Gaunt should have died about 7 times, which happens a lot in these books. Because, like, it's one thing for Gaunt to never really be in life-threatening situations. Like, he manages to, like, stay on the back lines or command from the back, or
Right.
he's in the command tent the whole time. But he's actively out there on the front lines, and he should die
He
constantly.
he
And
got,
then,
he got punched by a space marine.
yes. Let's talk about that.
In the face.
Dude, okay. That's a whole nother... Yes, that's exactly one of the things I'm talking about. Okay, so in the power scaling, in the world of Warhammer, pretty consistently it says that Imperial Guard cannot do jack shit to Space Marines. They can, most of the time, tickle them, annoy them, not ever really hurt them. There are some very specialized Imperial Guardsmen units that are meant to kill Space Marines, but for the most part, right?
Typically, if you were going to be like, how could a guardsman kill a space marine? You go, okay, the guy that carries the tank-killing rocket launcher maybe shoots one of those, right? Or it's just like overwhelming numbers, right? Where
yes, and you're going to lose 80% of your men.
Right,
that you might get through.
That is another thing we see, that it's like hordes and hordes of people can eventually like overwhelm a space marine, like ability to throw them off himself, rip open like his helmet and plunge things into his eyes. That's like a way people can do it. So Gaunt lands on Geryon with 12 people, and that's not an option.
Right, and okay, so Dan, I get it. You want your badass Imperial Guardsmen to kill some Chaos Space Marines. Okay.
Yep.
Don't tell me 2 pages before they do it that it's impossible. Do not tell me that they need to run because all they can do is tickle the Space Marine, and then 3 pages later kill all the Space Marines and nobody dies. Not a single person dies. Fuck you, Dan. This is terrible. This is the worst thing I've ever written from Abnett.
So
I was so mad.
I will give Dan 1 Space Marine, right? Because I mean, they've already killed Space Marines before in these series, like in Ghostmaker. I think it's the 2nd book. There's a bunch of short stories where the ghosts are like traveling through a place, and like suddenly they get set upon by a bunch of world eaters, and they have like tanks there that can like shoot them, right?
Yeah,
and they get lucky basically. I will give Dan and Gaunt 1. The Gaunt sneaks up on 1, and with his blessed power sword cuts through Ceramite. I will give him that 1. The second one goes
the magic sword.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the rest should go, he has a power sword. I'm not gonna let him hit me because I'm a space marine.
Right. I just
even if
also
Broston,
some of them were wandering around without helmets on.
Yeah, space marines do that all the time. Like,
I know, but like you're in a firefight on a fucking toxic planet. There are moths that can kill you. Put a helmet on.
Yeah. Okay. So
Chaos Space Marines. Fine.
Even loyalists do that all the time.
All right.
It's a big joke about like I'm painting my models with their helmets on because obviously, right? Keep your helmet on. But like, so that's fair. I will give Dan 2. Larkins with a hotshot las rifle will blow someone's head off, and if that head happens to be a space marine who's not wearing a helmet, I will take it. Right. Okay. I will take that. Even if Broston blows the rest up by setting all of the crude promethium in the water on the ground on fire. In one
I
of
think
his,
they were dead first.
they might, yeah,
I
they
think they
might
were
have.
dead before he
I
did that.
honestly, I was like, yep, killing space marines. Just
Dude, there's a scene where one of the locals climbs a tree with a bunch of, what are they called? Tube charges, and drops them on a space marine's head.
well, two charges are explosives. Maybe that one makes sense. I don't know.
Again,
These space marines, I don't feel like they were shooting as much as they should have, because it should have just been like pop, 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 pop with the bolter, and they all die. All right.
right. Or like, hear the random guardswoman climbing a tree
Yeah.
and have insane reflexes to dodge something that's falling on your head. They suck. These are the worst space marines I've ever seen. They're worse than Night Lords.
Turns out that's why these ones are on Garyon and not with the Anarch doing actual fighting. The guy's even like, man, I really want to go fight and test myself against actual space marines, but I've got this
Right.
detail where I'm looking after administrators. You know?
And the Anarch's like, yep,
Nope.
yep.
That's
Send them
why.
after space marines. Space marines killed him. That's why. That's it. That's why. Fair enough, Dan. I take it back. These are the worst space marines.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
So
Yeah, this whole thing is that they get word that Sturm, he was on his way to be sentenced or tried for his crimes, and his prison ship gets intercepted, and Chaos figures out, hey, this guy's brain is probably pretty valuable. So then the Imperium's like, shit, they have this general. It's going to take them some time to unlock his brain. We need someone to go down there and kill this dude. Hey, Gaunt, you really hate this guy. You want to go on a one-way suicide mission and bring a bunch of your friends with you to do this? And he's like, absolutely yes.
Yeah. Gaunt's sense of duty getting him into some deep doo-doo again. Where he's like, I should have killed him when I had the chance, and I didn't, so it's my fault. Which is really funny, because he kind of gives that perspective later in the book, but earlier in the book he's like, I've got to consider who to take. There were lots of good ghosts I turned down. Should I take both of the parents of children that are, like, integral to the story? No, I'll just consign one of them to death. How about you just take ghosts that don't have immediate family?
Seriously. He doesn't have kids. He doesn't understand.
It's true.
He's a career soldier. He doesn't know anything. Oh, Gaunt. That's so funny. So here's the thing about this book. A lot of it's kind of just like running away from things and getting in firefights and trying to hide out, not get caught by, the powers that be on this planet that have pretty much conquered the whole thing at this point.
It's an action movie. Yeah.
It is. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, this is just like point A to point B. And then there's a firefight, and point A to point B. And then there's flamethrowers, and point A to point B. And I'm like, it's just that. But it's written so well. And I love the characters so much that I was like, I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it.
This is okay. I'm not even mad.
Right. And
And then they get to the end, and they're like, oh, he's in that building. Let's infiltrate them in 2 seconds.
Right.
Immediately find him, and then take him out.
Yep.
It takes like 40 minutes. It's insane.
Yeah.
Dan.
And then the book ends. Dan Abnett, no epilogues, just end the book. At least in this one, he teases that it's like, and then they were stuck on Garyon, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, because normally it's like, and then they've saved the planet, but this one, it makes a big deal about there is no liberation coming.
This planet is wholly in the grasp of chaos.
Yeah.
It would take forever to get it back, and even then, who knows what state it's going to be in, and we have other bigger targets to look at.
Yep.
Yeah. So Gaunt goes down there knowing the odds are low he's even going to find this traitor general and kill him. The odds are low he's going to succeed. And even if he does, you can't just call a taxi home. The Imperium to come get you would require like a fleet. So, yeah. So he's just like, all right, I'll join the Liberation then. We'll fight for the planet forever, I guess. It's an
Yeah.
interesting place to end your main characters.
Yeah. I do like that last week we were making jokes about how the next one's gonna be Ron's ghost because Gaunt's dead off screen, and the book opens with Van Voigt's being like, "We're doing a formal dinner before the eve of battle. We're waiting for everyone," and it's like, "Who we're waiting on? The 10th commander," and you're like, "Oh, it's Gaunt," and then it's not. It's Gold Collier, and you're like, Gold Collier, back from brain damage, is already in command of the ghosts because Gaunt died off screen.
His magic healing brain is 100% effective, apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
I still am hung up on this concept that he doesn't have a brain.
He has a brain. He's just not all of it.
He's missing a large portion of his brain.
Dude, regular people, like, it's a real world thing that people have lost a part of their brain and still been, like, fine.
Yeah, but there's not any stories of people losing a large portion of their brain, becoming effectively mentally retarded, and then getting it back.
Right.
That
right.
doesn't happen.
I'm just saying, if you want to see a photo of a guy who has, like, a caved-in skull but is, like, a functioning human, that's fine.
I know.
Yeah, anyway, so we're led to believe that Gaunt's gone, someone else has taken over the ghosts. There's this suicide mission that's going. He takes... the one thing I'm going to criticize Dan about in this book is he takes Anna Kurth, the regiment's second in command of their Medicaid, and then he immediately writes another female character called Kirk. Kurth and Kirk. Fuck you, Dan. Learn a different consonant.
Yeah, and they're both women who are in love with Gaunt, and he's like sexually attracted to both of them. So it's like, wait, which one? Which sea woman is this? That's exactly the same as the other sea woman.
Yeah.
And then there's a weird event towards the end where
Gaunt sleeps with one of them, and he thinks it's Anna, but it's Kirk. It's Sabatine Kirk. I mean,
it's Kirk.
Call them by their first names, please, Dad. Like, that would have been way easier to keep them straight.
Would have helped immensely.
Yeah.
I did love the moment, though, where he's talking to Kurth, and he's like, "Hey, you left this morning," and she's like,
"What the gack are you talking about?
We were not together. What are you talking about?" He's like, "Nothing. Moving on. I'm going over here now." And she's like, "No, wait, what?" He immediately realizes what happened, but he's like, shit.
I've gone to the wrong hot single lady. Which is, I mean, it's not that he woke up and forgot. In the chapter before, he thinks he's sleeping with Anna. Yeah.
He's tricked.
He's tricked.
He is tricked. I think officially that's rape, to be real. Yeah. But like, he can't explain this.
No.
She's going to be like, "You didn't know it was me, you piece of crap human being? What is wrong with you?"
I was so
He's
tired.
Never going to live it down.
It's the ague.
We've been infected by chaos. My brain isn't my own anymore. Yeah.
Sure, Abram, sure. In terms of true love, we have Ron being like, "I've got a locket of Jesse Bander's hair around my neck." It is true love, Falcon.
It is.
I told you.
I know.
I'd forgotten about that.
I argued it was.
I'd completely forgotten that he does. Like that he's like, I knew that he kept sleeping with her because she's attractive and he's Ron. But the fact that he's like, "I'll wait for you," or like, "Wait for me. I'm gonna have a locket of your hair."
Yeah, serious business.
Serious business.
It is. Ron has a heart. He's a right bastard, but he has a heart.
Yeah. I love all of the like culture that we see on the planet, even if it is weirdly Chaos has culture, and they're like, "Oh, you want a perk for being a good little Chaos citizen? You get to smash Imperial icons with a hammer for 12 hours a day. That's a good job to have."
Seriously. Sign up for that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait a few weeks. The line's pretty long.
Chaos have a guy whose job is to just be a surveyor and is, their own bureaucracy where he's like, "Oh yes, this is 14,000 hectares of arable farmland. The average elevation is only 8% higher off standard median deviation."
Yeah.
"Did you call me here to count all the trees? I will do that. Let me go count all the trees."
And the guy who called him's like, no,
No.
we're hunting Imperial Guardsmen. Stay on task. And he's like, I really can't do that very well. I'm sorry. And every time they have a conversation, I'm like, gotta get put on task again. He's just so lost.
And there's
No, go ahead.
a Xenos lady who bubs at the Fey Youth about, like, tell me about Imperial culture. I wish to know about Imperial culture. Is it true that men of the Imperium enjoy eggs when fried?
Yeah.
Oh, they do enjoy eggs when fried. Please tell me about the entire financial system of the Imperium. Please explain to me in great detail.
Yeah, those are some good insights from Sturm, where he's like, they don't know anything about our culture at all. They are completely lost.
Yeah. The fact that
Which, like,
Chaos is even trying should be worrying, you know?
no, absolutely. Because, yeah, to know your enemy makes it easier to take them out. Certainly. They're more effective if they have that information.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chaos in general, every other Chaos commander we've run into does not care. They are not here to understand the enemy. They are here to kill the enemy.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fact that there is a leader who's like, maybe we should put some effort into this area is like, oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, now it's serious. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really enjoy the, like, growing internecine rivalry within the Chaos forces here. Like, we have the Blood Pact, but now we've got the Sons of Sec. This other organized fighting force, you know? That's neat. Just to give it some mix up, instead of just always being angry guys in masks, now it's guys in yellow and they're angry.
Little splash of color.
Little splash of color. Yeah.
What were those? Were they wolves?
The wire wolves.
The wire wolves are awesome.
Hell yeah, they are. Tell me about the wire wolves.
Dude. So when they're not actively hunting down dissidents on conquered planets, they're hanging from, like, power lines or telephone wires, just like marionettes that are slack.
Yeah.
That is an awesome visual, man. That is so cool. And everyone's terrified of them because when they get roused, when they get woken up, they come down and they kill everyone, and they're impossible to stop, and they're fast, and there's 2 of them, and it sucks. And then when they're done, they go back and they hang from their wires. It is such an amazing idea. Like, Dan deserves all the kudos for that one. I love those things.
Absolutely. And, like, you can awaken them by looking at them. So, like, Gaunt's trying to look through them through, like a scoped lens or something, and they're just like, no, you don't want a close-up look at that. Please don't do that. Please stop looking.
Stop looking. Yeah.
And, Fagor's there, and he's just like, I can't stop. And he wakes. Oh god, it's.
Well, that's the glyph, though, right?
But that
Fagor gets taken in by the glyph.
Yeah, they could be summoned by wandering glyphs at the slightest hint of disturbance from enslaved population.
Right.
Yes. So you can get summoned by them, but, like, you don't want to learn like glyphs. And there's the Landerson guy, I think it is, or the other one, the other native, who's like, oh, I'm looking at this glyph thing. I can't stop, but I understand it now. There are no human words for this, but I understand. It's frightening, but I understand.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Such great moments in this book.
Yeah, exactly. And again, if you talk about the book, they land on the planet, they run away from chaos a whole bunch of times, they survive, nobody dies, and then they find the general and kill him. The end. It's like, that is not a good book. But it is a good book.
Right.
Because all the moments are good, and the characters are good. Oh.
Yeah. And if you then go into, they escape into the Until, an area that like the founding settlements considered to be untillable, and that there was these partisans who were like, I don't want anything to do with the Imperium, and just, like, left and went and lived in the Until, and they consider them, like, boogeymen are out there, and they, like, the mission team here run into them, and they're like, oh, they speak Old Gothic, like Proto-Gothic, and it's like, you can read and, like, for me, listen and hear what they're saying, but you gotta... There's a little bit of effort involved, especially in the audiobook where it's... How did you go reading? Like, did you go, oh, yeah, I can see words. That makes sense.
No. I was like, nope, no idea. I'm getting what they're saying from context clues and how other characters respond to them.
No.
It's tough.
So it's like, I'm from Tanith, his world. right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, his world, Tanith. It makes sense. Um,
Sure.
it kind of like you can kind of get it. It's tricky,
A
but they,
couple times I was like, I kind of see what they're doing here, but like, meh.
right. Audio it works, but eventually even Dan
Mm,
goes, and then the other character who speaks this language is having very complex conversations over there.
right.
Yeah,
It's like McVenner, right?
yeah, it's McVenna.
Yeah, we got
Who,
some backstory with McVenner, which is nice.
yeah, he was raised to be Nal'Sheen, an ancient wood warrior.
Yeah.
Neat.
From Tanith.
Yeah, yeah,
Very
from
cool
Tanith.
stuff.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting new Tanith backstory, even though the planet's been blown up for 6 years. That's neat.
It's kind of fun.
I really enjoy
So
it.
yeah, you go into the woods with your dad and a bunch of other dudes, and you learn how to fight with a bow staff
Yep.
and
Imagine,
learn Proto Gothic for some reason.
imagine
Yeah.
learning that like Stu, one of your friends, just Stu. He's a nice guy, but it turns out he can speak Latin and fight like Jet Li. You know?
Right. Well, he's already in the military and already
True,
like one of
true.
the best fighters that exists.
Fine, fine. Okay,
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm saying McVenner is already
Yeah, I
a
know.
scout,
I
right?
yes, he already has
Yeah.
and put to use a lot of skills that probably picked up
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
Nal'Sheen.
Right.
So they're there talking to these partisans and trying to be like, look, I'm not your enemy. I mean, I am your enemy because you don't want anything to do with the Imperium. But I'm really.
And also, we're going to do something about that one day. But for now,
But for now, could you please lend us a guide? And the translation goes wrong. And later, Gaunt realizes the way it's getting translated is, can you please sell us a person to be a guide?
permanently.
Permanently.
Yeah.
Enter
And they're
Chaos.
like, no.
No. Anyway, enter
Right.
Chaos. Enter a fight where you get to see how the partisan firearms work and something called a rainbow that shoots bolts through electromagnetic. It's like a little railgun kind of bow.
It's very cool. They've like distilled down the moth venom
Mm.
in their bog, which is incredibly poisonous, into like super, super concentrated form. And they hit you with it and you die.
And
It's
you die.
amazing.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And then the partisans are so grateful at Gaunt's help that he's like, okay, I will let you have one of my sons to act as a guide.
And Gaunt's like, awesome, thanks.
Thanks. And they don't realize until they're like, thanks for leading us out of the Until, Ezra Knight. Who's now wearing
go home
like
now.
you can go home. Here, keep these aviator sunglasses because you've never seen the sun that much
The
sunlight.
sun.
And he's like, no, he doesn't say. Well, kind of does to Ven. He's like, no, I belong to Gaunt now. I'm his.
Oh.
I'm his property.
And Gaunt's like, wait, I didn't intend to pick up a slave. It's like, no, really, tell him thanks. You don't have to stay. And McVenner's like, no, he says it's a crazy amount of honor, and that if he goes back home, he will shame his father and his entire clan. He
Right.
has to stay.
He's
And Gaunt's
obeying.
like, oh.
He's obeying the last will, like the last wishes and orders of his dad. And if he sends him back, he'll be disobeying. And don't ask him to do it. He's not doing it.
Yeah. Gaunt's like, all right, guess we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
No one's died, and we've picked up a new person. The Gaunt's ghosts go through this entire ordeal and pick up like 3 new people.
Yeah.
And do not lose a single soul. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, they're already
Yeah.
ghosts.
Yes.
They're ghosts. They can't die.
They're ghosts. I guess no, they die all the time.
That's true. They do
Bragg,
die all the
Bragg's
time.
dead.
Bragg's
That's why
dead,
I was
probably.
also surprised because every other Gaunt's Ghost book is like, who's gonna die this time? Characters you probably like. Aw. Not this one though. Good
Well, this
grief.
one. Mert Fagor nearly dies. Nearly.
He does.
And Raw nearly kills Gaunt over it. Like, that's intense.
Yeah, man. Tries to drown Gaunt in the freaking swamp.
Yeah.
Well, and whatever. I mean, they try to say that they're chaos infected and that they've been in the swamp and they're tired and they're hungry and they're not in their right minds. Because as soon as Gaunt's like, Ron, you fucking idiot, look at him. We can't save him. As soon as he does that, Ron's like, yeah, we probably should mercy kill him, huh? And I'm like, 3 seconds ago, you're trying to kill the person who was doing this. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And he's even like, Ron's like, let me do it. I'm his friend. I should do it. I'm like, Ron!
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. Then he gets cured and he's fine.
It's
So,
fine. Yep.
secret swamp people medicine.
Oh, and
Again, moth poison
moth poison.
again is what cures him.
Yeah, a little bit of moth
Sure.
poison. If it doesn't kill him, it will cure him of chaos tape.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Easy.
perfect. Another moment where a character nearly dies but doesn't is Broston sets like a patrol on fire, except he's covered himself in like flame retardant jelly, and he still catches fire, but not nearly as bad. And like,
Yeah. So he's like with two other guards and he's like, you guys should probably stand over there while I explode this. And they're like, all right, what about you? And I was like, I'll be fine. And this giant conflagration, everything's blown up. They can't even look at it. It's so bright. And he comes out. It's like, yep, things are good. I'm like, how did you do that? And he's like, well, you know, and I just have a relationship with fire and it knows not to burn me. And I'm cool. And they're like, wow.
in his head, he's like, "Oh, I've got like the scouts, the cream of the crop of the ghosts, the people on top of the social pecking order, looking at me like I can do fething magic. I'm gonna milk this. I've got a relationship.
Run with this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like give them up my secrets. I've got skills with fire. Believe it, yo."
That's such a great moment. Austin's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I really like fire. It's who I am.
Yeah,
you can call me a pyromaniac. You can say it's a problem if you want, but that's just who I do. Yeah.
People call it pyromaniac. People call me an arson. I just think it's having fun with matches.
Austin's amazing.
Yeah, I like when two things. Gaunt is like, huh, I see Broston over there working on a heretical flamer. He's knocking off the chaos symbols, but we probably need it. It's probably still chaosy, and I wanted to tell him to drop it, but we probably need it. And then there's another part.
Like, he can't even hold it. Like, it's so heavy. He has to like perfectly balance it on each end so he can actually carry this thing around. It's amazing.
Yeah, and then Gaunt's like, I need you to set a building on fire. And he's like, sir, that's the best thing anyone's ever told me. And he immediately gets to work, and he's like, you're not using the flamer? And he's like, well, I thought you wanted it to look like an accident. He immediately goes to make it look like arsonist work rather than just... it's great. Love Broston and love say hello to Mr. Yellow.
Just unapologetically a psychopath. I love Broston.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a crazy moment early in the book where Gaunt says dentist.
Oh, right, because he's trying to talk to McVenner about getting backstory on the Nalsheen, and he's like, I'm not a dentist, and he means it like I don't want to be pulling teeth.
Right.
But Ven is like, what's a dentist?
So the obvious question is, what happens when someone gets a tooth infection? Is there any kind of preventative care?
Jordan does.
What are people doing with their teeth?
So I know that they can get like metal replacements. At least Space Marines do.
So the teeth just rot out because dentists don't exist, and then they get metal replacements.
I assume some level of dental care exists. I bet if
McVenner doesn't know what the word is.
Right. I'm not saying the word is in common use. Maybe it just falls under general guard Medicaid stuff. Like, Anna Kurth has a bunch of stuff there to be like, well, every planet has a different biome of germs, and we need to give you shots to counteract the A gear. I feel like somewhere in their medical packs or their basic packs is toothpaste, right? And they just call it's just under general Medicaid stuff. Right? Nobody specializes in teeth except on Gaunt's world.
So, okay. So it's just a localization problem then.
Possibly. That's how I read that to make it make sense.
What I was thinking too is like Gaunt talks about having to learn like old Proto-Gothic.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe the concept of a dentist is just old world stuff, and he picked that up there in his education that McVenner didn't get, right?
Maybe. Or the alternative is that McVenner just doesn't understand Gaunt's metaphor when he's like, I'm not trained as a dentist. And he's like, what do you mean by that? I don't need a root canal at the moment.
No, he said, oh, what? That's literally the line. I just looked at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Maybe,
Oh, what, sir?
maybe he didn't hear him. Gaunt
Maybe.
stumbled over his word. I don't know. But
Maybe,
it,
maybe.
it is weird. Maybe just on Tanith they don't have anyone who specializes in teeth.
Right.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah.
And then my last thing I wanted to highlight is Ron just doing whatever he wants at any given moment, right?
Mm.
And Kirk's like, "Can't you control your people?" And he goes, "There's been no evidence of it so far."
I think I think my favorite Ron moment in the book is he's talking to like there's a group conversation going and he goes, I can do whatever I want. I'm a major, right? Like and
Right.
Gaunt goes, really? And he goes, yeah, you gave me the rank pins yourself.
Ron, you dumbass.
Uh,
He's
I
funny.
really enjoyed that. I have one more thing that I really want to talk about with this book. Do you have anything else before I go for it?
Let me go over my list one more time.
Yeah, yeah. Check.
I
Check your notes.
highlighted every time a space marine died, and I was like, seriously. Uh, uh, oh yeah, I highlighted that moment too. You made me major yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Okay. The one thing that I have left to talk about this is Gaunt ruminating on the works of Ravana, where he's like,
Yes.
you have to put down chaos where you see it because it infects, it corrupts, just like Ravana wrote about the ending of his dear old mentor Eisenhorn. And so canonically, we're in a point where the Eisenhorn story is finished, Dan. It's finished. Where is the fucking third book of Beckwin, Dan? Where is it, Dan? End in the death. You gave maybe the King in Yellow a big old scene called Pandemonium, like a whole chapter called Pandemonium, and we know the next book's called Pandemonium, so I think it's fucking relevant. Where the King in Yellow learns a bunch of forbidden secrets. Might be important, Dan. Where is it, Dan? Kirill Cinnamon has met Lillian Chase, Dan. Where is this book, Dan?
You're not wrong at all. Not even a little bit wrong.
How does it play out, Dan? I just want to know. Apparently, what annoys me even more is Dan is like in interview said the book's written, it's done. They're just waiting on Games Workshop to be like, now's the appropriate time to release it because it's hugely lore impacting. Apparently, like bringing a Primarch back or something kind of deal. Yeah,
Classic.
that
As they like to do these days. Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Wait, when was the last book?
That's an excellent question. When was Penitent? I think it's called Penitent. That's the wrong Penitent. I found the Penitent novel.
I see a post from a year
2021.
ago.
The book came out 2021.
Oh man, it's been 5 years, Games Workshop. Come on. It's
Yeah.
not. Why are you yelling at Dan? Sounds like a Games Workshop problem.
Oh,
to me.
it's absolutely is, but like,
Okay.
yeah.
He's teasing you with it in this book.
He's teasing me. He's teasing me 20 years earlier with this book.
Before he'd even written the other ones.
Yeah.
Dude, there's got to be some master lore document that's just broadest of strokes for certain characters in 40K.
Yeah. It's gotta be.
Because for him to know, him to know Ravenor, him to know Eisenhorn, him to know their relationship, where things go. Yeah, that long ago, before the books are written, is like somebody had some huge master plan.
It's probably at this point Dan Abnett's the like, okay, I'm writing this Eisenhorn and Ravenous series, right? He probably has like ideas that after Eisenhorn, I could probably look that up. When was like, because this book was, when was Traitor General released? Because I think it's 2004, and Gregor Eisenhorn's books, like Xenos book 1 is 2001, right?
Yeah. Okay.
With Malleus and Hereticus and even the Omnibus being 2002. So like the Eisenhorn trilogy is done. He's probably writing Ravenor. That's why he's like writing about Ravenor in Gaunt's book. And he absolutely, because all he really says in this is that Eisenhorn met a tragic end after falling to chaos. And like we know in Hereticus that he's like dealing with warp shenanigans like heavily.
No, we have yes, we know. Okay.
Yeah.
We know how deep he is. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he gets extra deep in the Magos and in other books where he's like hanging out with Alpha Legion now.
Nice.
Spoilers for Penitent and Pariah.
Yeah.
So like it has to be like the broad stroke of just like Eisenhorn meets tragic end, chaos infected. Right? That's effectively all he could have written when writing this if he needed it.
Yeah. But again, it's just the broad strokes. It's Breaking Bad. It's like what happens to Walter White. We know generally what happens, but we'll get to the details when we get to the details.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so excited for those books. So excited. One day. Any day now.
Any day now.
Yeah. That's it for this book.
That's it.
Yeah.
My next one.
The next one is called His Last Command. Yep. Oh, actually, I do have one other thing that just popped in my head. There's a moment where Tona Creed is reporting her dreams to God. Like, they're direct messages from the, like, traveled along the Emperor's internet into their brains while they sleep. And he's like, oh, Kath will tell me about this dream, like, this thing. He was meeting this other new colonel and, like, saluting him and stuff. I wonder what that's about, huh, God? And Gaunt's like, thank you for telling me your dreams, Tona.
He's like, why is she treating them like they're real?
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
That's an interesting thing. Anyway, His Last Command. Next book. The 9th book in the Gaunt's Ghost series. Can you believe it? Book 9 already.
I can believe it. Oh, and I guess just on the subject of dreams, Gaunt keeps having dreams. And like all the dead ghosts are in there and people that have left, but he never sees Milo and it worries him immensely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I feel like the thing that you can put two and two together. It's like, I'm getting all the dreams from dead ghosts, but not Milo. Like, you just go, okay, Milo's not dead then. That's
a good thing, Gaunt. It's fine.
Yeah.
He's concerned about it, though. The whole book. Keeps going back to it. Yeah. Yep. All right. We wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
I say we wrap it up. Sounds good. All right. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out for another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour, streamed live at twitch.tv/Somicron on Monday nights or, Tuesday afternoons, depending on where you are. You can find the podcast also at youtube.com/@Somicron if you're more of a YouTube-y person. Again, you can do it live here, though, if you want to talk to us, and we will respond. Also, you can support the podcast by gifting subs or subscribing yourself to the Twitch channel, which would be a cool thing to do. Subscribing to the YouTube channel, which is free. And by going to patreon.com/Somicron and pledging there on a monthly basis. So, thanks again, everyone. Love y'all. Have a good rest of your week. You can read along with us if you want. His Last Command as part of the Gaunt's Ghost series is where we are.